Resident Evil has had its fair share of groundbreaking moments, from some of the most iconic main characters in gaming history like Leon Kennedy and Claire Redfield, to pulled right from your nightmare villains like Mr. X and those asthmatic guys in the lab. Ooh. Resident Evil knows which buttons to hit to make a great character-driven story. From classic lines like, "What are you buying?" to petting the crocodile in the lake, to the very first moment you see a zombie. This franchise is no novice at creating a well-rounded experience for its players. And, speaking of well-rounded, they know what its players want. Resident Evil pays the big bucks to their two favorite animators, Jiggle Physics Guy and Sexy Costume Guy. Yes, Resident Evil has a rich history of capitalizing on putting their female characters in sexy outfits, turning up the thick to 11, and then hitting the jiggle button. And with the release of Resident Evil 8, Capcom spared no expense on their budget for thickness when they created the woman that broke both hearts and the internet, Lady Dimitrescu. Standing at a towering 9'6", Lady Dimitrescu, better known as the Vampire Lady, instantly set the internet into a frenzy of cosplay, fan art, and other less than mainstream, should we say, foot appreciation?
But unfortunately for the world, the best you could do is look like her, because unless you have access to a parasitic mold-based nematode, you can never hope to achieve her towering height. Right? Welcome back, Internet. I'm Dr. Physical Therapy Dane and today we're going to talk about what a standard human who did not inherit a blood disease from a noble family and have experiments run on them by Mother Miranda could do to maximize their height, and, if it's possible, to actually grow to such a towering massive thickness. Now, before we get started, head down and hit the subscribe button, because right now, I'm just a man wasting his degree. But with enough subscribers, I'm a man wasting his degree with followers.
So let's get right to it. Is it possible for a 30-year-old who is 5'9" to start doing activities and wake up in the future and be 9 foot tall? No. Hate to break it to you, but no. Now, is it possible for a human to be, like Lady D, 9 feet tall? Actually, yes. But we'll get to that later. First, let's talk about the ways a regular human can maximize their height. Now, the important thing to remember about height is that height is sort of like hair or eye color. It's mostly pre-programmed into your genetic makeup, and without medical intervention or illegal means, you aren't going to grow past that height. I say mostly because you actually do have some influence on how tall you will grow. About 20% of your overall height is determined by factors that you can control. So let's discuss those factors and how important they are. Most men will stop growing by age 21, and most women by age 19, with almost all growth stopped by age 24 for both. So all these points are super important to remember in your child and teenage years. 1. No smoking. Overlooking all the other negative health issues, a 2008 study found that teenage boys who smoked were, on average, 1 to 2 inches shorter than boys who did not. This is an accurate video depiction of a smoker's lungs. I don't think that needs any further explanation. 2. Eat a balanced diet. No, this isn't just some good advice for you to pass over. Height is determined by bone growth, which is determined by growth plates. These are located in long bones, which are bones that are longer than they are wide, such as the femur, tibia, fibula, and humerus. Growth plates are areas of new bone on each end that are comprised mainly of cartilage. They add length and width to the bone during your child and adolescent years, and eventually harden into solid bone when you stop growing. These growth plates need proper nutrition to meet their full potential, and, if malnourished, will result in less growth. As I said before, a balanced diet with all nutrition needs being met is important, but the main nutrients for bone health are protein, calcium, and vitamins A, C, D, and E. Studies have universally shown that bone not only requires these to grow, but a lack of these will stunt growth and could result in injury and other medical issues. Think of it this way. Your body is a new building that is under construction. The vitamins and minerals are the construction materials. A, C, D, E, calcium, and protein are the nails, wood, wires, concrete, steel, and glass. Any deficiency in these materials will not allow the building to meet its full potential. The best and healthiest method for getting these nutrients is from food, and some examples are calcium from milk and dairy, protein from meat and eggs, vitamin E from almonds, vitamin D from fish like salmon and milk, vitamin C from orange, strawberries, and other fruits, vitamin A from sweet potatoes. In addition to food, an age-appropriate multivitamin is also recommended to ensure you get the amounts you need. Even our friend Lady D knows the importance of this. In Resident Evil, the Vamp Lady suffers from a condition called porphyria, in which the body cannot convert compounds called porphyrins into heme. As such, even she has to supplement to keep that strength.
You all need Jesus.
3. Water. Again, the old tried and true advice. Eat a healthy diet and drink lots of water. No, but really, our bodies are composed of about 60% water. We have all heard that, but what does that mean? I love analogies like a bear loves honey. So here's another one. Your body is a large city. The city needs to be constantly moving materials in and out, bringing food into the citizens, bringing garbage and waste out, bringing supplies in to fill its stores. This is all done with trucks, which in this analogy is the water. In our bodies, this is done with liquid, basically. Blood brings the nutrients where they need to go, including those bones and muscles that need to grow. It helps to dissolve and use all those nutrients you take in. You can take in all the vitamins you want, but if your body can't dissolve and send them where they need to go, they won't help. It brings waste out of your body through perspiration, urination, and defecation. It keeps oxygen-rich blood circulating. Your body needs oxygen to work, grow, and heal. If you're dehydrated, that can't happen effectively. Rule of thumb is to drink half your body weight in ounces of water a day. So, if you weigh 200 pounds, drink 100 ounces of water a day. 4. Weight training. There was a horrible medical myth circulating that weightlifting stunts growth by affecting the growth plates. This can't be further from the truth. In fact, weightlifting is actually key in bone health. Wolff's Law states that your bones will adapt based on the stress or demands placed on them. When you work your muscles, they put stress on your bones. In response, your bone tissue remodels and becomes stronger. Basically, you lift weights that are of a higher demand than your body is used to, causing many microscopic fractures in the bone. This is normal. The bone then heals those fractures back stronger and denser than before. Rinse, repeat, stronger and stronger bones. Growth plates can be damaged by weight training, but that is from improper technique and unsafe practices, not from the activity itself. This is often caused by repetitive injuries, not weight training or fractures, such as a baseball player pitching every inning for 2 months. Which is why school sports have added a rule that pitchers can only throw so many pitches before having to take a mandatory 2-day rest. 5. This is the most important one, literally the most important. Sleep. More important than your workouts are your rests. This is because your body doesn't improve from the workout, but from the recovery from the workout. Let me say that again. Your body improves from the recovery, not from the workout. Remember Wolff's Law? Your body isn't getting stronger from the bone getting fractures, but from the fractures healing. Some studies show that as much as 60 to 70% of healing occurs while sleeping, but mostly in stages 3 and 4 of sleep. Stages 3 and 4 of sleep occur in cycles throughout the night, and a person getting at least 8 hours of sleep a night will only be in these stages for about 1 to 2 hours. These stages of sleep are key in your body's natural release of human growth hormone, or HGH. Yes, the thing that people take illegally to make them bigger and stronger is released naturally in your body and in huge amounts when you are a teen, but only if you are getting enough rest. If you are only sleeping at night for 6 hours or less, you are shorting yourself on HGH and healing. While your genetics make up a huge part in how tall you can grow, you do have an effect on becoming bigger, or worse, a negative effect on becoming smaller than your potential if you don't make the right choices. To summarize, drink lots of water, about half your weight in ounces a day. Get proper nutrition. Eat foods that have lots of protein, calcium, vitamins A, C, D, and E, and take a daily multivitamin. Get involved in a safe, supervised workout program that involves weight training. Remember, proper technique is more important than max weight. I'm not impressed if you can deadlift 500 pounds if you look like a pooping dog doing it. Finally, sleep, the most important thing in growth. Sleep at least 8 hours a night. I would even recommend 10 to maximize time for HGH release and healing. And finally, at the beginning of this video, I told you there was a way for a person to achieve heights of 9 feet. Actually, the tallest person in recorded history was a man that was 8 feet 11 inches and was born in 1918, Mr. Robert Wadlow. Unfortunately, Robert, and those like Robert, typically have a slew of health problems to go along with their height. They are able to achieve this massive size due to something we talked about before, HGH. Unfortunately, in their case, it is usually an overstimulation of the pituitary gland. The pituitary gland is a small, bean-shaped gland situated at the base of your brain. Despite its small size, the gland influences nearly every part of your body. The hormones it produces regulate important functions such as growth, blood pressure, and reproduction. Conditions like Robert's are often caused by a tumor on the pituitary gland, causing high levels of HGH to be released. This condition is appropriately named gigantism. And while this may sound great, Robert died at the young age of 22 of condition-related health issues. One other well-known individual with this disorder is the professional wrestler turned actor Andre the Giant from the classic movie The Princess Bride.
So remember, friends, you may not be able to be a busty 9 feet tall and trap the townsfolk in your castle dungeon for feasting and sacrifice, but you can make healthy decisions and maximize your height. Yeah, something like that, sure. If you have any suggestions on characters you'd like to see, leave them in the comment section below, and remember to subscribe. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for our next video on how you too can lift Thor's hammer. Much love. Bye.